Galit siya. Jesus was mad. Nagagalit din pala ang Diyos. Tulad ng magulang na kailangang itama at disiplinahin ang mga anak, nagagalit din ng Diyos upang tayong kanyang mga mahal ay maiwasto sa kamalian. God's anger can only be motivated by love, and there is no other reason but love. The Jewish leaders saw how Jesus was fuming with anger because of what they did to the house of God, to the house of his Father. They have turned it into a house of trade and den of robbers. Such insult to the Father's house was not acceptable to Jesus, the Son of God, and it should not also be acceptable for us today. If Jesus would still be alive today, I think he will get mad again for the lack of reverence we give to the house of God. I remember fondly how our parents taught us how to behave whenever we are inside the church. At a young age, we were already instructed that the church is the house of God. It is a consecrated place where the people of God gather to be quiet, to contemplate, and to pray to God. We were made to understand that the church, as a building, is a holy ground, set aside for worship, not for chatting, not for texting, and not for using gadgets. Parents have the responsibility to instruct their children about the sacredness of the church and the call to holiness. Let's not wait for the Lord to get mad again. The holy anger was foretold by the prophet Malachi, the coming of the Lord unexpectedly to his temple to purify the sons of Levi and refine them like gold and silver, till they present right offerings to the Lord. Seeing the reaction of Jesus, his disciples remembered the messianic prophecy in Psalm 69, "Zeal for your house consume me." Thus, they saw clearly in Jesus the Messiah who burned with zeal for God's house. Sadly, for the Jewish authorities who did not believe, they demanded more signs to justify the actions of Jesus as Messiah. Addressing the unbelievers, Jesus told them, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up." But no amount of explanation can satisfy their unbelief. The Jews did not understand that the temple Jesus referred to was his own body. It will have to be destroyed first to open for us the way into the holy presence of God, as found in the letter to the Hebrews. The disciples of the Lord understood this action of Jesus as a fulfillment of the prophecy in order to purify and restore true worship and holiness among his people. Even before, the temple was understood as the dwelling place of God among his people. Jesus' cleansing of the temple is a prophetic sign of what he wants to do with each of us. As always, Jesus wants us to be purified, cleansed, and renewed from our sinful ways to make of us a living temple of the Holy Spirit. For it is the Spirit of the Lord that purifies us and teaches us the way of holiness. My brothers and sisters, we are God's temple. His life, death, and resurrection purifies us all so that we can respond to Him to a life of holiness.